we cannot separate political parties from the politics of Kenya. We have to agree. People are elected through political parties, and people will have to defend the interests of political parties first. So I was telling some Gen Zs to join ODM party, but some were saying atwezi join chama. Nikawambia basi join any other political party or even form your own political party.
The young people don't have votes and they don't vote.
Yeah.
And we saw it in this by-election that happened. We are so vocal on social media, on Facebook, on TikTok. I mean, even we are streaming live on TikTok, yet we don't vote.
Yeah. We will not be able to make noise. Kama hujavote.
What should we do to get registered as a voter?
That's the question now.
That is what me, you, and we should be asking ourselves. I agree with your worry because it is a worry of even ODM members, because there are members who are fully in broad-based government. There are members who are ish with broad-based government and they want it to reach 2027, and then we sit down and agree. Are we continuing or are we stopping?
ODM is stronger more than how Baba left it. Or maybe it is being strengthened. That's according to the current ODM leadership, from Gen Zs to the oldies. Today, to find much about this one, I'm being joined by the chairperson of Young Captains, ODM. She will introduce herself, but she's called Rose Alionya. Before we dive deep with Rose Alionya, my guys realize there is one person that we started the journey with. And today I'm being joined by one and only co-host, Buddha.
Yeah, what's up, man? How you doing? Fadil Mula up in the building.
Thank you, Fadil Mula.
Yes,
Welcome to this particular episode.
Thank you.
Moso siku yenye tuko na one of the ODM strong Gen Z member.
Yeah.
They are saying that 2027 is going to be between the Gen Zs.
I don't know, man. I'll have to... Mi wacha nikwambie kitu moja AREGO. You guys are talking about who is up against the Gen Zs, but it's very clear the Gen Zs are not really involved in voting kwa sababu we have a very large number of young people who have not really hawajaregister kama voters. So I don't know who is the Gen Z up against with.
That's your perspective.
Yes.
Welcome, Rose Alionya, to our episode
Thank
of
you
this
very much.
Real Talk podcast.
Thank
Yes.
Yeah, I've said much about you. Not much. That was a little, bro.
That's a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. But you can tell our audience, who is Rose Alionya?
Yeah, thank you very much first for inviting me to your podcast. Yeah. My name, as you have rightly put it, is Alionya Roselyne, or rather Alionya ODM. Nowadays, people call me Alionya ODM because ODM is certainly becoming my second name. So I'm a young person, a Gen Z in ODM party, and I've been in this party for quite some time. I think 4, 5, 6, 7
years.
Yes. And I'm the chair of the Young Captains. Young Captains is a faction under the ODM Women League. So in most political parties, you'll find that the Women League has a bit older women. So there is always no space for them in the Women League. So these young women will always go to the Youth League. But because the Youth League pia imekuwa marshaled with a lot of masculine men, getting a space as a woman becomes difficult. So what we have done in ODM is we have created a faction we are calling Young Captains to bring women, especially those who are just transitioning from university or those who have just joined university, so that they can have a platform to learn politics as they grow. So it is a very big movement. We have branches in almost all the universities, and we will be revisiting them from now henceforth, before the 2027 election. Recruiting more young people. Female, young captains ni ya wanawake, siya kila mtu. So it's female young leaders under the ODM Women League. Yes.
See, first, kuna wale, I mean, you said umekuwa kwa ODM for 7 years.
Yeah.
I get to understand that.
Not 7. I think it could be 5.
5 years.
No, it's 7 actually.
7?
Yeah.
You're not sure?
It's 2018, I was serious. I had not really joined ile unakuwa follower tu huko nyuma tu nasema baba akisema TBM, nasema TBM, tialala.
Tuseme tu ulizaliwa kwa party.
Acha tu niseme nimezaliwa kwa party. That is the right term. Yeah, but I started getting serious I think in 2019, but of course as a blogger.
Who founded this movement, Alionya? The Young Captains.
Yes,
You found it kama ishaanza in the Orange Party, or you just have this brainchild to jumpstart it kwa Orange Party after kuona venye explain the Women League or have the voice of the Gen Zs are not being heard kwa Women League. So who championed the movement?
Yes, there's a lady who is currently the nominated MCA for Nairobi called Perpetua Okello.
Yeah,
She'll be
yeah.
contesting for Kileleshwa MCA, and I know she will win. So she started the movement, I think, in 2021. And I was among the founding members, I would say, because by that time we had other ladies who were leaders. But now as they graduated from universities and then focused on other things, then now that's why we have new leadership, and that's why I'm the chair as of now. So it is a brainchild of someone called Perpetual under the ODM Women League, and it was supported because even if she championed it and then the party didn't accept it, haingekuwa imefika mali imefika. So when she started it, the ODM Women League president, the nominated Senator Beth Siengo, embraced the idea, and then they sold it to the party, and the party has been supportive up to this far.
So you guys have been operating under the shadow of ODM.
Of Women League.
Not under the shadow. We are operating under the ODM Women League. Like we are women, but you see now ODM Women League previously ilikuwa na wanawake, the older.
I get you, but mbona mja include men also? Because you don't...
Now men, there's the youth league, and then now, because most of the young captains are female comrades, now the youth league has also started something they call comrades chapter.
Okay.
So that one is carrying both male and female. Because hata sisi tuko hapo, because
All
first
under
I'm a
ODM.
young person, yes.
All under ODM.
All under ODM.
Let me ask you something. Rose, you say you're on?
Alionya would be better.
Oh, Alionya. Okay.
Alionya ODM.
Let's go back to the authentic self. So, Alionya,
Yes.
we are young people, Gen Z to be specific. And Gen Zs, they are very authentic in a way that they don't want to be... They have this independent mindset when it comes to politics. Why are you guys not embracing that?
You mean we don't have independency as of now?
No. I'm talking about you being like under the wing of ODM.
Yes.
Do you have to operate under the wing of ODM? Why can't you guys be independent and start a movement
Let
of
me
young
tell
people?
you, I was on TV the other day telling people the importance of political parties. Either way, we can't run away from the fact that not only Kenya, most African countries, politics is done first through the party. That we must agree. So I was telling my fellow Gen Zs that we are, I think, 14 or 15 million of us. So I was telling some Gen Zs to join ODM party, but some were saying hatuwezi join chama. Nikawaambia basi join any other political party or even form your own political party. Because that will not stop you from having an independent mindset. Me, I have been a critic of government on issues like education, issues like health. But you see, for you to win a struggle and a revolution, you must be in a political party.
Have you seen what has happened to people or young people who have independent mindset? I'm talking people of likes of Babu Owino, people like the Nairobi senator.
I mean, they're both
But they're ODM.
Yeah, they're operating under ODM, but you've seen the kind of opposition they are faced from their fellow party members.
You know, let me tell you, one thing you must agree, even me in ODM as Alionya, I am not loved by everyone.
Yeah.
And you cannot force people to love you. But one thing that Baba taught us, you can disagree to agree. Hatuwezi kuwa tuko ODM and we sing A all throughout. There's a faction of ODM that will say A, but there's another faction that will say B, and we have to accommodate each other. Even the people you are mentioning, they have been greatest critics of government on various issues. They have done an amazing job, I would say. But they are in a political party first. Hiyo ndio kitu young people wanasahau. The importance of being in a political party, unless tunataka tu kupiga kelele kwa social media, tunataka tu kupiga kwa kelele kwa streets na ishi hapo. But if we want to be elected, I was telling young people, kama tuna plan 2027 to be elected, it means you must join a political party as early as now. In fact, hata saini late. So that you support your own political party by the time you're asking them for nomination during the party primaries.
Is it fair to say we can start our own political party?
It is fair.
Is it okay?
It is possible, but they're not willing. You have seen how many young people have started political parties. It is the same fellow young people who branch the... People like Morara, alianzisha ni injectam, hata yukufika mahali. That's why I would rather be in a political party and I can speak. Mimi ODM sijawai kuwa censored that you can't say this, you can't say this. First, you have been taught to be democratic. We have been told to speak, especially when you feel oppressed. Even if you're not...
Being democratic in ODM favors even those who are not in the committee. I mean, wananchi wa kawaida.
Yes.
Now, you said we can agree and we can disagree.
Yes.
That opportunity being filled in ODM. There is this statement that will say that we need an NDC so that wale wananchi, wale supporters wa kawaida choose on who is going to lead them. See, as for ODM. And now people criticize that suggestion that was made by some of the insiders for ODM. So it seems like amjapatiana space for everyone, every member in this party. The party is limiting others. The decision is being made by the few, not even the majority.
Not really. The case of an NDC is a very different case. First, you must remember we have lost our political party leader. People are still mourning. Hata mimi sijahil. Because sometimes you wake up and you just wish Baba would still be there. Because we never, as a party, we never anticipated an existence of us as a party without our party leader. To be honest. So even filling in the gap, we must be very careful so that we don't break the party. I gave a statement from the young captains the other day telling people that we don't need an NDC now. It doesn't mean we will not have an NDC.
You need to explain to the
National
Delegation
Delegates
Conference.
Okay. Yes, where people sit and decide. Most of the time it happens at when people are going into elections, so that you decide if you are fielding a candidate, a presidential candidate, if you are going into a coalition, you say we will be partnering with so and so ahead of 2027 or whichever elections. So an NDC is so important. Now people are quoting our constitution, but our constitution allows for what Akina Gladys Wanga and Abdulswamad did, because they sat down at the Central Committee and decided we are going to give this position, and it was even called in an acting capacity. They gave Oburu Odinga in acting capacity. To be honest, at first even me I felt like, mbona lazima kwe brother yake, but those few days before the NGC that we had in Mombasa, I looked at how Oburu Odinga carried himself. He was not taking sides. He was just filling in another. He cannot be Baba, but he was giving that Baba vibes, yeah. Hata akatafuta huyo Babu Owino. You saw it. Akamuita, akamwambia kijana yangu, don't go on TV saying the party. Wait, don't go on TV saying the party has kuja karibu 2027, if you come and then you contest and the people of the party give you the ticket, we will support you.
You've just gone to Babu Owino's, I mean, how Babu Owino works.
But before that, let me first explain the issue of NDC, because I feel like it has not been brought out clearly. As young captains, when I was giving my statement, or even as people are trying to portray it out there, it is not like we don't want an NDC. We feel it is not the right time. You saw what happened in Mombasa. Yeah? People are mourning differently. Kila mtu akakuja akasema maneno yako. It is hatukupendelea hivyo. We wanted the event of Mombasa to be an opportunity for people, all politicians, to tell us how did they meet Baba? What did Baba do for them? For us to hear their stories. Juu sisi ni youngsters. Hatukukuwa na Baba in 1940s. We just hear stories. We also wanted to hear Simba Arati alipatana wapi na Baba. Hata huyo Babu Owino alipatana wapi na Baba. We wanted to hear those stories. But unfortunately, that did not happen. You saw what happened. Everyone coming on the podium and saying whatever they want to say based on how they were feeling, and we cannot criticize them for that because everyone has an opinion. So as an individual, my own perspective, I feel like we need to give Oburu Odinga time. As a party, we also need to give ourselves time to heal, first to accept that Baba is not there, and then we hold that NDC and say, now we are coming together. We have these maybe 4 people who want to be party leaders, and then the delegates vote. So it is not a matter of, or we are saying...
When are we anticipating such NDC? Because your suggestion is very sharp, Alionya.
Yes, the NEC will always... the Constitution allows them to give us a date. They will communicate.
Others are alleging in March 2026.
I don't know, but I think Alionya, the SG will communicate
Alionya,
from the committee, the discussion they will have with the other
Alionya,
party organs. Yes?
Let me ask you something. Do you agree with me that ODM has so many young people with great potential to lead the party, and that ODM needs a young person? And most of them, we can see all over the place. There are very energetic young people there who can lead the ODM party to the right direction. Do you agree with me that the brother to Oburu Odinga, I don't think he's like fit enough to be the leader of ODM?
Yeah, thank God you have said you don't think. So it means you're not sure. So you,
okay,
it is your own perspective. Now let me respond to that.
I look at the appointment and I see nepotism.
That is not nepotism, to be
Yeah?
honest.
Because we anticipated that the next party leader could be the deputy.
Yeah.
You know,
now
hierarchy-
we have 3 deputies.
Yes.
We have Ososi, we have Abdulswamad, we
And,
have
Arati.
Simba Arati.
Yes.
These people come from 3 different
Regions.
communities.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a way we need to do it properly so that in the event we elect Simba Arati as party leader, the other communities don't feel threatened. In the event we elect Abdulswamad or any other person, no other community feels threatened. And it is not only a matter of community. He has brought out something of young people and the old. Let me tell you, one thing that I've come to realize as a young person in Kenya, we won't lead people just because we are young. In as much as you are energetic with the muscles, with the enthusiasm, you need direction, you need counsel, you need to have a reverse gear. Unajua inafikanga mahali mambo ni magumu. It is rare that you'll find a young person ataona yenyewe hapa ni kama naweza gongwa na gari na rudi nyuma. They will always want to go full throttle. So as a party, we don't need someone mwenye atakuwa. If you look at the character and the charisma of Baba, alikuwa anajua time ya maandamano tunaenda hivi, time ya boardroom tunaenda hivi, because it is not always you'll win through the maandamano. Na pia it is not always you'll win through the boardroom. So you need a combination of two. There are places you need consensus, there are places you need discussions, there are places you'll go full throttle to destroy your enemy. As a political party, I still believe Oburu Odinga is the right person. Yes, people will bring out the aspect of age.
And
But
nepotism.
Baba was old. Why were people not talking about age when Baba was the party leader?
This was the founder, bro.
Because Can I answer that? Because when was the last time you ever saw Oburu Odinga in the political scene? Have you ever seen
active,
Oburu
when Baba was
active?
there.
Yeah.
I mean, Baba, we cannot compare
Just
anyone to
because-
Baba for a
just-
fact.
yes.
And Baba cannot be limited.
Just-
Yes, Baba cannot be limited.
Just because you don't see people on camera doesn't mean people are not working. There are people who are doing a lot for ODM and they are behind the scenes. Sio kila mtu anaongea kwa TV.
Rose,
In fact, even some of the people who speak a lot on
Rose,
TV or these places, they're not even working for ODM. I can tell you for a fact. As someone who has been in ODM, we have even people at our grassroots levels. Our chair ladies, our counties chair ladies, they are doing a lot to ensure that the recruitment of people in the party increases, to ensure that the party remains together.
Rose, this discussion have made ODM to seem splitted. Others alleging the party is not going to survive even beyond. I mean, after let me out after 2027.
Yeah.
This discussion, you need to come to convene a meeting and address these issues that are rising from different sides, especially watu wakisema
Especially if you guys are going to fall if you guys do not involve the right people, the right figures that have always been
let
there.
me ask you, who do you think we have not involved in ODM? Because I can tell you, let me tell you something.
Yes.
In ODM, we have a party leader.
Yeah.
We have 3 deputy party leader. We have a chairperson. We have the president or the chairperson of the women affairs, where we fall. We have the president of the youth affairs. All these people, they encompass the neck. Any meeting yenye party leader na make na neck, hawa watu wote wanakuanga kwa table.
this done. Now tukuje.
And then, people might feel, let me take an example of Babu Owino, because that is the reference that people normally love.
That was
Babu
the reference.
Owino,
Of course.
Babu
That's the
Owino,
reference, yeah.
Let us first agree.
else?
Babu Owino does not have does not have a title, or rather within the party structure.
The hierarchy is-
Hana position.
Exactly what I was talking about.
But
Why?
It's not about titles.
Let me tell you,
It's
we
not
have
about the hierarchy.
Wait.
Okay.
Because you're saying he's not involved because he's not in these 5. Because in the political party that we have the NEC. Na kuna watu wamewekwa hapo in the NEC. We have the parliamentary group where Babu Owino lies, and Baba had been meeting these people, asking for their deliberations, listening to them and what they are saying. So you cannot say ati hajakuwa included. I don't know in which perspective. Juu chama iko na constitution, na hiyo constitution watu wako na titles zao na kazi zao. And this happens
Amjapatia
in all.
Babu kazi. Amjampatia.
Akiitisha watu watadecide kumpatia ama kutompatia. But the way he's behaving, by the way, even me as a young person, I cannot give him any position in the
Rose, formally
party.
before Baba
Yeah.
passed, I used to follow both of you.
Yes.
Babu, we are in touch with Babu.
Yeah.
And now you, Rose. Now, I used to see you praising Babu a lot. Babu Owino.
Yes.
Behind Babu.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, after Baba passed, for real, Fadil, Alionya started rebooking Babu, saying Babu cannot. And did you use will? You said cannot. Now, to this aspect where Babu was addressing ODM members in Coast, he say even him, he can be a party leader. And now where people are feeling, Kenyans are feeling that Babu Owino interests have not been taken care
Don't say
of.
Kenyans, say a few Kenyans.
Majority.
No, a majority
Okay,
of
to be
Kenyans.
true,
you would
but-
rather
but-
use majority of Kenya. Don't say Kenyans. Because not all of them. I'm one of them here and I don't agree to that statement.
You don't
But
agree?
Continue.
To Babu's statements.
But never.
Not to Babu's statements, but to the fact that Kenyans feel he's being sidelined. So say majority of...
I mean, ODM members.
Yeah.
We are talking from the point of the ODM strongholds.
Yeah.
Not from Nairobians.
Numbers-
Just ODM strongholds when you go back to the Nyanza region and then the coastal region.
When
We
is the
saw
last
it
time
from
you were
afar.
in Nyanza region? If people, let me tell you, if today people wanted Babu Owino to be party leader, angekuwa shakwa party leader.
But you cannot haizi kuwa party leader through a
That
coup.
is exactly what you are saying.
Through a coup
And that's
is-
why I'm telling you, he has to go back to the people and ask them properly. Huwezi kuja kwa podium na unatuambia hata mimi hii kitu naweza kukua party. Hata mimi, like you are using force. You know you have to soothe people. Because let me tell you the truth of the matter. Young people do not vote. Even if you go to ODM delegate zone, you will find the people who are coming out is our mothers. Hao watu ndio wanachangamkia issues za party. Hao watu ndio meetings za chama watakuja. Young people run away.
You know,
But you
our
see,
question was
wait.
based on ground, not on social
Yeah,
media.
yeah.
Exactly. But the truth of the matter is, Babu Owino has a crowd on social media and not on the ground. And I'm asking you
Our
to
question
go
is
to
based
Nyanza.
from the ground.
Which ground?
I'm asking this
Numbers
question from
don't
the ground.
lie.
Which
Because
numbers?
I'm not asking you
Which
from what I saw
numbers?
over
You know,
X.
Which numbers?
Aliona, to be honest,
Which numbers?
there's a number of officials in the party that
Which
really,
ones?
really,
For Babu.
that really hate Babu Owino. Let's be honest.
Which ones? Name them.
We
Yeah,
see
give
it
us
every
example,
time.
bro.
We see it every time how they go against Babu statements.
No, you know, I've never seen any party
We
leader.
see how Sifuna
No.
is very.
No, now hold it for Sifuna,
Yeah.
bro, because we want to ask whether Sifuna is in for this political
Yeah.
party. We have young captain leader
Yes.
of ODM party. But most of the time we are seeing Sifuna, anasema hii ingine, and then time ikisonga, anakuja kusema opposite of what he said. Okay, we get to understand. I had Victor here, and Victor said, Sifuna stated in a video that I played that he will read all the party's resolution. Those are ODM resolutions,
Yeah.
and not his stance. Why are you still maintaining Sifuna if you believe that Sifuna is not speaking for the party, but he's speaking for himself? Because most of the occasion, let's say for instance, Fadil and Alionya, in the by-election, Sifuna was nowhere to campaign for the orange aspirants.
Yes.
And then in Kariobangi, he tried, then they failed. But in NDC, Mombasa NDC, I saw after the address by Winnie,
Yeah.
Sifuna was very jolly, very happy.
Yeah.
I mean, where do you place Sifuna as the SG? Because you still refer to SG as SG Sifuna.
Yeah, yeah.
And Sifuna is not speaking for the party because Sifuna says this and ODM says this other ways.
Yeah.
I think that question, Sifuna is the only person who can answer it properly. But the
But
way
where
I
do you see?
understand, the way I understand my party, there are roles and functions of the Secretary General as outlined in our constitution, and one of them is whatever you are saying. Any resolutions we make with any other coalition or political party, or even within ourselves as ODM, the person who is supposed to read those statements is
the
the
SG.
Secretary General. So, but you cannot, of course, hold him in a cave and say because you read this, you have to continue reading it even in your social life, because Sifuna makes his personal statements.
Loyalty.
I agree. That is something that the delegates of ODM will sit down and agree. Do we still want to have Sifuna as our SG? They will vote. Do they still don't want to Sifuna to continue as the SG? They will vote. That is up to them. But as far as the two statements, or rather when he's making statements about maybe a memorandum of understanding between UDA and UDA, and then sometimes he goes and says something very opposite about it, that is a question that he himself can answer.
But Alionya, you are a chairperson of young
Yes.
young captains ODM. You need not to be either. You need to be partisan on your stand. You need not to be neutral. Partisan. You need to tell us, to
Sifuna-
tell the
for
audience.
Sifuna,
You need to tell the audience
for
we are
Sifuna-
in for Sifuna. Or Sifuna, we think Sifuna should
No,
leave
but
the party,
I'm
walk out of
in
the party.
ODM, the ODM Women League,
Yes.
and in ODM we respect structures. Mimi sijaona mahali Sifuna amefukuzwa
Even
kama
the-
SG. We will have
What's
to
your
respect
take?
him.
What's your take on
I
Sifuna?
respect him as my party secretary general. all the other statements that he makes, it's up to Kenyans to either agree with him or disagree with
but
him.
ODM, you know, Sifuna, ukiona, wacha niseme kwa Kiswahili now to get it. Ukiona ODM members come out kuongea kuhusu ODM, for example, let me use Atandi. Ata speak in the interest of the party. Kenye party mesimamia. What the end, whatever you call the neck, wameagree. You will continue, playing civic education on that. But Sifuna, his agenda is far away from ODM's agenda.
Yeah, Sifuna.
And please let it be known that it is your opinion and not the opinion of the podcast, so that people don't take it as if you. But I agree with your worry, because it is a worry of even ODM members, because there are members who are fully in broad-based government. There are members who are ish with broad-based government, and they want it to reach 2077, and then we sit down and agree. Are we continuing or are we stopping? And all these people belong to our party. We cannot chase them away. So first, we must accept them. As for the Sifuna and
is
his
this
statements,
causing disunity in the party?
it doesn't. Let me tell you today, even if Sifuna left the party today, it will still remain united.
Hi.
The truth of the matter.
Okay.
You sure?
I'm very sure.
But do you think Sifuna should walk out of the party?
I don't think so. He just needs to re-strategize, because the concerns that he raises are legitimate.
I saw, by the way,
criticism that he makes about government are legitimate. And then he is a senator. One of the greatest roles of our parliament or the legislative arm is oversight. So sometimes when he makes remarks about the education sector, the health sector, it is allowed because that it is his role. But on the statements of either the broad-based government or no broad-based government, then he will have to sit down and listen to the people in ODM party. Wakimwambia sisi tunataka kufika 2027 na tutaki kwenda beyond, well and good. Wakimwambia sisi tunataka kwenda beyond, he will have to listen to them and make up his mind, basing on the fact that he is there to represent the interest of ODM.
But mmekuwa mkiongea,
he is there to represent the interests of the people.
In ODM first, he's our Secretary General, and then he's the Senator of Nairobi.
No, it's the people. The people elected you to go there and represent them.
It's the people, but now...
He has two functions. Senator
Sifuna
Sifuna is the Secretary General of ODM first. You must agree. And that's why he reads the statements that you are quoting. You must agree. He's an elected senator for Nairobi. And he's doing his job as a senator very well, of oversight. And speaking...
Not really.
He's not.
Actually,
that
not
is,
overly, like 100%. I wouldn't say that.
I would agree that is your opinion.
Yes.
But you see, everyone would rate him differently.
Bro, why is Sifuna is not doing it?
Like, okay, let me tell you something, bruh. I walk around Nairobi and I see how the city is so disorganized. Okay? We have to agree on that. Has he ever pointed out, like, we need maybe a city with order? Has he ever pointed out that we need a city whereby we need walkways, we need good public spaces whereby people can sit down, we need good drainage system, we need, like, does Sifuna really point out all these things? Has he ever pointed out all these things?
I think we need to invite him here.
We'll invite
because
Sifuna.
everyone has an opinion. Because many
has
people
Sifuna ever pointed out the fact that there was a time the governor was supposed to be impeached, but Raila Amolo Odinga saved him?
Raila didn't save him. Raila gave, let me tell you one thing with Baba that people don't know. Baba believes in grace period and second chances. He told the MCAs, we are giving
3
this
years
person...
is enough.
Wait, we are giving this person 100 days. By the way, we are still counting. Hizo 100 days zikiisha, MCAs now have a task to continue either collecting signatures to impeach the governor, ama zile agreements, because one of them is whatever you are quoting, the dirtiness in Nairobi. Baba told the MCAs, mpatieni huyu kijana yangu 100 days. Akikosa kudeliver, you can now go ahead with the impeachment.
You know, anytime I invite a ODM member or ODM Politburo in this particular podcast, it's for the first time that you're not quoting things directly. But one of the ODM insiders will tell me that Sifuna should walk out of the party. But are you afraid to say that?
I'm not afraid.
You're afraid to say that.
Let me tell you
why they are saying.
Let me tell you one thing. I am a chairperson in a political party that has structures.
Yes.
I cannot wake up today and tell Senator Sifuna, walk out. But that does not deny me the opportunity to tell him what I feel about either the sentiments he makes about ODM or how he behaves about ODM. But you also must remember that this is someone with his own mind. He can make up his own decisions. And that is why I've told you, we are not going to say Sifuna should go or not go basing on the issue of broad-based government.
Okay.
Let me tell you, 2027 ni mbali sana na mambo mengi yanaweza kufanyika. But as I have told you, Senator Sifuna has one task, to go back and sit down with the ODM delegates at the ward level, at the constituency level. Awasikize wanataka nini from all regions of ODM, from Mombasa, Kisumu, Nyanza, Taita Taveta, hizi regions zote. Kwanza awasikize wanasema nini. Do they want the broad-based government or they don't want? After he has listened to them, he should make up his mind. Okay. But I can't just come here and say...
We have to agree on one thing. We have to agree on one thing, AREGO. We don't know much about parties and what really goes on in the parties. Yeah. But one thing is for sure, that these parties, they don't really have a direct benefit to the local mwananchi.
They really have.
They don't. Because Babu, let me ask you something. Yeah? Let me ask you something. You go to the parliament to represent the people, right?
Yeah.
The people elect you to go and represent their interests. But you go there when you are elected, the first loyal feature, the first loyal, I don't know what to call it, the first loyal person you're going to be is your political leader or your political party leader.
Yes, let me explain.
That is a very big crime.
And we can even use the by-elections. Na mimi nitashinda nikisema hivi until it sinks in the minds of young people. We cannot separate political parties from the politics of Kenya. We have to agree. People are elected through political parties. And people will have to defend the interests of political parties first. Because it is people in those political parties who elected them and even gave them the ticket. Because,
what is the interest of the political parties?
Unaona kabla Senator Sifuna, for example, let us assume Senator Sifuna is going in a race in 2027. Before we give him the party ticket of ODM, atakuja kwetu sisi members wa ODM, atuitishe kura zetu kwa party primary. Assuming he's contesting with another person in ODM, tumpatie. Akienda anafaa asimame na kwanza interests za ODM, and that is why I keep telling young people there is no way we can run away from the effect of political parties. If you look at how members of parliament vote in parliament, first they vote on the basis of coalitions they come from and the political parties they come from, and it is required that way by law, because we cannot give you a party ticket today as ODM and then tomorrow you go there and you start speaking loud about UD. And let me give you an evident example. Look at the by-elections that you have just had. People have been elected massively, I would say 98%, apart from the MCA who has been elected on independent ticket, on political parties. Political parties supported you. They gave you the party ticket and you won. You will have to represent their interests. And these political parties have manifestos, or rather, I don't know how other political parties call it, but in ODM we had a manifesto in 2022. If we would have won elections, it would mean even as delegates of ODM would be asking Baba, hii manifesto ya health, ulisema mama watapewa hii, watu watapewa 6,000, what is happening? Now, the disconnect in Kenya is that Kenyans do not know the role of political parties. If Kenyans knew the role of political parties, inafaa saa hii, wale walipigia hii UDA government greatly because they were members of UDA. They are the persons who should be at the front line reminding William Samoei Ruto that you came with this manifesto ya manufacturing and infrastructure to us. We want you to adhere to it. If we had that in Kenya, let me tell you, political parties would work. But now the problem is someone would be elected today, ataingia government, atasahau political party yake. Now it happens, especially because of the political
Or
waves.
maybe they move out because the political party does not have influence from the region you come from.
And that is what weakens our political parties. If you look at, I was having a discussion with someone from Tanzania. In Tanzania, the CCM party has ruled for very many years. And if you look at CCM, you can't single out one person ati mwenye watu wanakufia kwa hiyo CCM. But people maybe, I don't know, maybe they love CCM. But now our problem in Kenya, we don't love political parties. We love people in political parties. It weakens their mandates and functions. So we need to develop a culture yenye unaweza kuwa mtu wa ODM hata kama baba yuko. Unaweza kuwa mtu wa UDA hata kama President Ruto.
You really said it. You've come out clearly, and that's heading to the question where I'm going to ask you: do you think ODM is as effective, or is it going to be as effective since now Baba is gone?
As that was the basis of this episode.
Yes. I strongly believe we have just shown the world with the recent elections in Kasipul, in Siaya, in Ugunja, that ODM is united. But the point you are raising, we cannot run away from it. Because nobody knew how ODM would survive without Baba. So it is up to us, kwanza, sisi members of ODM, and then to the leaders in ODM. It is up to them to decide whether this party will continue being united or not. If all these leaders hold their hands regardless of their differences, juu amwezi kaa kwa nyumba moja watu, tuseme watu, like the way we are, almost 10 million people, na muagree, you will always disagree. But if our leaders, all of them, from the NEC officials, from our parliamentary group, from the Senate, even the governors that have been elected on ODM, if they decide that first, they are not leaving ODM. Second, they are going to strengthen ODM. They will support ODM whether they are given the party primaries nomination or not. And they decide that we want to leave the legacy of Baba beyond 20 years. It is possible. But if people decide to fight for power in ODM, it is unfortunate that whatever you are saying might happen, because if you want to pull your side, another person pulls their side, maybe in Nyanza, another one in Western pulls their side, another one in Coast pulls their sides, we will not hold together. So I feel like the current leaders wame set the momentum with the by-elections. If you can continue with the momentum, that yule mtu kwanza kwa party leader, tunamu accept kwanza. We don't bring up the aspect of nepotism, the aspect of sijui ametoka tribe yenye si tribe ya nani, like huyo mtu akichaguliwa na NDC ama hata mwenye ako sahi tuame tunamsupport, tunaeka interest za ODM mbele, ODM can live.
Alionya, why do you think, because Fadhili nikiona social media, you find like those who are not even allied to ODM parties are these people who are anticipating the fall of ODM.
Yes.
And they were never members of
ODM
party. What do you think? All of a sudden, they have brought their concern into the Orange Party, and now they believe that the party is not going to go beyond, especially with the exit of Sifuna and Babu Owino. And now we saw their strategies that the party leader or the Gen Z is putting in place to ensure that the party is strengthened. But to later concern Kenyans on the fall and the fear of the fall of ODM, because the other parties that are coming up. And we saw whatever happened in by-election.
Yeah, we saw it.
We cannot take a precipitate in Kasipul because that was ODM region.
Yes, just like the way people in Mbeere believed that it was a DCP region and UDA came out too. So we need to let me tell you, if you look at the campaigns of Kasipul, you have to give it to Governor Gladys Wanga. Alijaribu sana. Hiyo kiti tubaki nayo. I think it was the hotly contested, not even Ugunja.
Alionya, I'm here to complete the statement, but whatever, how you grabbed that, it's so sharp because...
No, you don't have to say that though.
We believe DCP was so famous. I mean, that was DCP's region and Gachagua region.
No. Let's be honest. Kwa sababu tukisema tu kweli, you know, the region has always been UDA's region.
But that was an election that was hotly contested because Aroko was also not a joke. We have to agree.
Yes,
so if we have closed, because
the victory gap was so small.
It was not small.
It was very small. 400 votes.
I'm talking for Kasipul.
This is for Kasipul. It was very big.
Kasipul
it was very big.
Huge.
I am saying immediately after Baba died, people were anticipating. They were writing all over that Gladys Wanga will not even become the next governor. Even the Kasipul election, she will lose. Blah blah blah. So we just have to give it to her first, and the support of the ODM as a system, because almost everyone was going there to support her. She has done an amazing job to maintain that seat, because if we had lost that seat, trust you me, even other regions would be like, ODM imeanza kuanguka. So we just have to agree that they have tried.
I mean, hata kwa magazeti leo wanasema like hivi venye president party imeshinda election in Mbeere and there's other regions plus the not even the president party, broad-based government venye wameshinda these electoral by-election positions. Sahi wamelimit opposition because the agenda have been limited. The campaign agenda. Let's imagine all opposition wangekuwa wamewin hizi position. Tuchukue for Mbeere, it was for Kasipul it was government. Whether Roko wins, BB
It's still in the broad-based government. Yeah.
Because most of occasion you could find that those who in broad-based government are going to campaign for Aroko.
Yeah.
For example, Odoyo Widi, Kidero, and former Migori governor, they were campaigning for.
Yeah.
But now let's take example of Malava and Bere North. Man, the government could be seeing fire, the real fire, not from Kindiki. Now, Alionya, you said the young people don't have votes and they don't vote.
Yeah.
And we saw it in this by-election that happened. We saw it, bro.
Yeah.
Whatever happened. What's the challenge and why is it happening? We are so vocal on social media, on Facebook, on TikTok. I mean, even we are streaming live on TikTok, yet we don't vote.
Yeah. I think Mimi, Arego, let me, and I will ask you a question, because we're in the broad-based government, okay? Why is it that you guys are not advertising or rather creating awareness about the voting, registration voting venues? Make it very clear and open. Like, mnaweza sema place ya kuregister voting, these are the usual places, but ni kama zinafichwa. You get me now? It's like you guys are hiding them. It's like you guys are making it so hard for young people to get to know where can we register as a voter. Make it very clear. And there's this young man by the name of Mungai Nganga. You know him? He's advocating for the constitution to be made a subject in school so that young people, or rather the people who are being taught at school, can know more about the constitution. And that way we can make better decisions. Why is it that you guys are making it so hard for us as young people to register as voters? Why are you hiding these registration centers?
Look at how he's asking me, as if I was voted on an UDA ticket. But I understand your question.
But no, you are not voted on UDA ticket,
but you are in the broad-based government.
I'm in ODM first.
Okay.
Broad-based comes second.
Okay.
You must first realize that. But wacha tuambiane ukweli as young people. We have failed with these by-elections. Lazima tukubali makosa. We have failed completely.
Yes.
People are arguing on the issues of registration because the IBC was not doing continuous voter registration since 2022. That I would agree. If there are people I would forgive are the Gen Zs. Because tunaweza sema, maybe hakuwa na ID, maybe sandi anachukua ID, ndi ana register, blah, blah, blah. But we have millennials that in these elections, of by-elections, they could have showed up in the by-elections. Hata kama si wengi. Because the people aged between 28, let's say to even 37, 40 there, we should have seen them voting, because huyo ni mtu haiti sema iti ana ID na hajawai register as a voter. First lazima tu tukubali, leo tumepatwa off guard, that we are very vocal and very noisy on social media, but we don't want to go and vote. You will be surprised that some of these young people have that voter's card. But that motive, that conviction, they don't have it. There are 3 reasons, according to me, that I think are making young people not to go and vote. First, probably they're not seeing one of their own. But now someone would argue, in Kasipul, there's a young person. Why didn't we see them? You get. Secondly, you are speaking of the issues of registration.
The registration centers whereby we can see, ni hapa,
exactly.
Twende to vote,
exactly.
Twende to register.
Someone would ask, during the maandamanos, we used to know the venues of their maandamanos regardless. So we need to take the same momentum yenye tulikuwa nayo tukienda maandamano na kutafuta choms za kujificha maskari wasitupate. It is the same momentum that we need to know in Westlands constituency, where you are supposed to go and exchange your vote or to register your vote. It is this place. And by the way, I have never thought I would defend the government, but if you look at IBC, this current IBC, especially this guy called Alutalala, he speaks a lot. He goes on TV speaking about IBC. I don't know if young people create time to just listen to even the podcast he has gone to the TV stations he has gone to speak about IBC. That is one. Secondly, IBC produces reports on their websites. Mimi hata nimejua hii juzi. Telling people, these voter centers are here, or Huduma centers are here. They're even telling people, for you to exchange as a voter, any Huduma center closest to you, you can exchange your vote from
for
this
me,
place.
I saw it yesterday.
So wanajaribu, to be honest, wanajaribu. We just lazima tujiambie tu as young people tunaanguka, and these by-elections should open our eyes, because if we don't want bad leaders, we just have to come out and vote, because in 2026 or rather 2027 and beyond, we will not have the freedom that we have had previous years to go to the maandamanos alafu ati kukuwe na mtu atatupigania tusishikwe, tusiuliwe. Baba is not there. So we've
done it before without Baba.
Where?
Sorry
Not
to
be
us.
ignorant.
We've done it before without Baba.
When?
2024. Yeah.
We didn't do it without
We
Baba.
did it without
Baba
him.
is
Then
effect
you did
was
it
there.
without
There's
Baba.
a Gen Z who was telling Baba, don't come. If Baba was not important, that Gen Z would not have made a video that went viral telling Baba stay at home. And when Baba came in, people stopped going to Maandamano. So you cannot throw away the impact of Baba. But I'm saying this, wait, first you'll make your point. Hizi miaka zinakuja mbele, the freedom that we have been enjoying, we might not enjoy it. We must first agree.
That is coming out as a threat.
It is not a threat. It's a threat. The truth of the matter.
You're threatening us.
But it seems like a threat.
You are threatening us because you're in the
I'm
government.
not threatening you.
I don't know what plans
and
you have.
I'm not in government. I'm in ODM.
You have
but
plans.
that's what I'm saying. Imagine 2027. Let us just imagine assumption.
Let's assume.
Let us assume Ruto wins. And let us assume that the voter turnout of young people remains venye iko. Upate ni wamama tu
assumed and alleged.
Yes, we are assuming. And then in 2027 probably Ruto afanye vitu mbaya zaidi hata zenye hajafanya. Alleged. Will you have the strength as a young person to go on the streets and you didn't vote first? Unajua ni nani atakukataza kwenda kwa streets? Ni mzazi wako kwanza.
Because you didn't vote.
But if you went, if you turned out and vote, hata kama utavote na tuseme mtu aibe kura, you went out and voted for someone. So you'll have
making point.
You'll have that opportunity to tell that person, hata kama siku kuvotia kura, I voted for person B. You will not do this because I came out and vote. So we must come up to that reality first. We will not be able to make noise. Kama ujavote.
What should we do to get registered as a voter?
That's the question now.
That is what me, you, and should be asking ourselves. First, may I have a voter's card? I have a voter's card.
Where do I go to register?
Secondly, political parties need to take up this task on themselves. Kama ODM, and we are going to do it. Through the young captains, we are going to go to all universities. Tukikuja tunaleta funky kwa university, tunakuja na mtu wa kuregister watu wa kuvote.
Exactly.
I mean, ingekuwa hivyo. Kuja na two things. Mtu wa kuangalia kama uko registered.
Not ini ya kuregister wenye wajaregister because most universities wanasema wajaregister. Ndio uingie funky, lazima ukuje na ID yako hapo uregister as a voter. Hata kama wewe si mtu wa ODM,
na confirm kama wewe ni voter.
Na kama umekuja event, that we are going to do in ODM. Yes. So I am hoping UDA, DCP will do the same. First, wenye wako university na hata wenye wanamaliza form 4 hii mwaka. Kwanza wa register as a voter. Another thing that people should do, people like you, the media and the podcast, ni kusema kenye huyu alikuwa anasema. You just decide today we are going to discuss the voters destinations in Kisumu County, and you go constituency by constituency telling Kenyans on your podcast or on your TV that watu wa Kisumu voting stations ziko hapa na hapa na hapa. And then I think that parties that can help is the civil societies. Pia hao waende kwa ground, waache kufanya events Nairobi peke yake. They go to Homa Bay because we have young people in Homa Bay. They go to Central, we have young people there. Wawaambie the importance of them voting because I feel like sijui maybe Gen Zs wame give up ama I don't know.
Alionya, why can the IEBC make it easier for us to access the registration centers?
It has. Mimi naweza sema wamejaribu. Because there's one thing called budgeting. Watu labda wamebudgetiwa in that constituency or that place when you're wamekewa. So them moving that from that place closer to a market, it means the president and the parliament has to have the goodwill of increasing their funds. Ndio huyu mtu akubali kutoka maybe kufanya kazi kwa town and the interior register watu.
Now that is
a concern but it will have to come to parliament. You just know how our parliamentarians argue. Hata wanaweza kataa kuallocate hizo funds. It also needs the goodwill of the president, but of course he can't do it alone because anything the parliament has to pass and approve. So I think we need to call our parliamentarians to action.
But let's be honest, the president cannot allow anything that is good for the young people because he knows the biggest opposers are young people.
To be honest, I never voted for Ruto and I have never liked him as a president, but to be honest, he has tried. Angekuwa hataki to register, easy registration ingekuwa inaendelea.
But hatujui zote zinakaa kama zimefichwa.
That is being ignorant. Even sisi as young people, kama basi tunaona imefichwa, now let us do the due diligence. Like for me, I'm going to use my social media handles to educate people on why they need to vote, where they need to go and register as voters. That one I will do. So hata wewe tafuta avenue ya kufanya people from your region, young people from your region to know where the voting areas are.
Alionya, kuna another tweet nilikuwa natafuta ya Nakundi. I will read you all because in this podcast all we are Gen Zs and young generation. Cyprian Nyakundi alipost apathy, you guys are completely misreading where the young people's mind are right now. Most youth already know that change in Kenya will never come through the ballot. The system is too rotten. Every politician who has passed through it is already contaminated, and what Kenya actually needs is full reset. Look at the so-called united opposition. Look at Ruto, then tell me the difference. You can't, because they have all fed from the same trough. Ni refu. Then akamaliza pas chini akisema, that is why I have always said that the years between 2027 and 2029 there will be something that will happen no matter who wins. There will be something that will happen no matter who wins. These are just my views. So also that's Cyprian Nyakundi's views. Now my question to you people, do you think Nyakundi is making a point here? Because we saw whatever happened in Bere, the way we've tackled it. Less generation, young generation, why queuing to vote. We saw it, man. Very few. Dude, the young generation, they have just agreed or come to conclusion that the change is not going to come through papers.
Yeah.
Is that a fact?
It could be a fact, but it is a very wrong fact. To be honest, like the way he has quoted, right now it's like we have two horses. It's either president or the united opposition. If truly the Gen Zs don't want this, because tuko 14 million, the Gen Zs need to support their own. Si walita Matiang'i from the streets. Matiang'i akakuja. So walita Maraga from the streets. It is fake of them not to support these people when they called them from the street. Lazima tu tuambiane ukweli as young people. If we don't like the people that are contesting.
Does Matiang'i have the solution?
That is now a topic for another day, because to me, he doesn't have a solution for me. But as young people, kama una feel watu A, B wanasimama ni wabaya, basi simama. Hivyo tu ndio tutadili na hiki tu. But ukikaa nyumbani ati wacha tu waendelee, these people will continue because they have been there. Mimi nimezaliwa nimepata akina Kalonzo kwa siasa, na hawatoki awachie watu wengine because watu hawajitokezi. Na wale watu kidogo wanajitokeza, it is the same young people who bring them down. Like the case of Morara. I have never liked Morara for any reason or another, but I liked what he was doing. Going to government projects and telling us, hii imestall, pesa imepotelea wapi. I felt like he was doing something good. But when now he came and said, I want to vie for president, that's when people started drawing the line that, oh, you come from Gisi community. Oh, you don't even have a political party. Oh, so lazima tukubali as young people, we are not serious in the first place.
Dango.
Exactly.
But now you want me to give my view? I wanted to say this, huh? I wanted to say this. What Cyprian Nyakundi just said could be true, because we have elected people and they come out to be our saviors when they are really out there campaigning. But the moment they get there, the story is always the same. We've had musicians who are good. They sounded so well, very appealing to the public. They go there, they are not the same people. They change. Actually, they speak in the same language as the majority in the house. And the majority, and a very good example was on during that day of financial bill. These guys did not even listen to our interest. They went ahead and voted for the bill. Even though the people out there, the people in your constituency came out and told you, sir, we do not want this. This is very oppressive to us. Okay, you have to listen to us first of all. But they still went ahead and did what they did. These are people who came out as saviors.
So you
during
don't see
the
solution
campaign.
for you? You don't see solution?
I don't see the solution. I feel like we need to really change the system. The system that will control everything. The system will get rid of corruption. The system that will make the majority and the minority people out there, the local mwananchi, to be heard.
Tutachangeaje system?
I think which constituency do you come from?
I come from Kabete.
Please, unaona hapo Kabete kama MCA afanyi kazi, wewe simama sasa ufanye hiyo kazi, because you see this blame game,
bro.
Exactly, because this blame game haitawaisha if we continue letting them, because we need to let us.
Alionya, we have cartels all over the place.
That is also
you
another,
have good interests, then we have cartels.
Yeah, it's a fact, bro. Cartels runs over politics.
Exactly.
Look at how Toto won her elections. Me, I believe na kuna watu watajitokeza in 2027, young people wenye wanapanga kazi and they will win those hii mambo ya kukaa ati tycoon sijui atakuja afanye nini. Try, even if you fail, people will know you tried.
Aliona, for how long shall we go on like this?
That is why I'm asking you, and that's why I've told you, if you are tired with what is happening in Kabete, please contest. if you can't contest, then put those people on their shoes. Akifanya kitu mbaya, be the first person to be the whistleblower of the corruption they are doing. But if you continue saying, ai, taikuna, ai, wataendelea, we will not solve anything.
Dango, thank you. This is Real Talk Republic podcast all the way from Kiafrica Studios. Alionya, we appreciate you coming to this particular discussion. Tulitoka from ODM to karudi kwa youth, man. It's so happy topic, great topic.
Thank you.
What's your parting shot before we roll off?
My parting shot would be to my fellow Gen Zs, because mnatufanya tu sisi wenye tuko kwa political parties tuka irrelevant, because right now if I go and tell the party young people want to do this, they ask wako na kura. So I'm calling on all of you. In fact, let me just talk to my young captains, because wamama hawanyimanangi kura, na sisi juni wamama wadogo kwenye universities na wenye natoka high school, please go and register as a voter, because I know, because I'm a fellow woman like you, when you register as a voter, you will vote. Unlike the rest, like AREGO here, who will only be accepting to be used as goons during political
No,
party
I can't.
events.
No, Alionya, you have to withdraw
But
that.
your brothers, your friends will do that.
I can't be used as a goon. You know?
But people need to get serious. Let
Yes.
us go and register as voters. Mambo kupiga kelele peke yake. At least ukitukana mtu na uko na kura, unamtukana na like unamslap na kura,
Na
it makes
kura,
sense. But when you just come out and you speak, kwanza hata anakudharau juu anajua there's a moment he or she will walk over you, because first you can't vote them, you can't even recall them because you didn't even vote for them. Just come out and vote. Just come out and register. For your own good, by the way, not for me.
And now, before tumalize, I mean, you make short. There is, I think it was MP Kibagendi from KC who said, Babu Owino for party leader 2026. Just make it short. Don't go to Ivy. What's your take on that?
Babu Owino still has some time to work on, first on his people's relations. There are no people on social media. You need to come to the ground. The people, supporting you are even people not in ODM. So you need to come. First, tafuta delegates wa Nairobi. Hata si wa Nairobi. Tafuta delegates wa Embakasi East kwanza, panga na wao kazi. Enda tafuta wa Nairobi, panga na wao kazi before you go to other regions. But as things stand, Babu Owino cannot be our party leader.
Hi, that's according to her. My guy, my co-host. What's your take, bro?
Me, AREGO and Alionya, I'm impressed to see young people standing up and they go out there and they're really participating like never before. Okay, this is not something new. I mean, like before, we've had young people before who have really gotten involved in political stuff. But I hope this time around we can really come out and change things.
Yes.
Make a change. Nanielewa? We need to say no to corruption. We need to create a system. When you go there, you need to stand firm. Do not be shaken. Okay? Do not go with the peer pressure of other politicians as you are. When you are elected as a young person, go there with a purpose of changing the lives of the people that you're going to represent there. You get me now? Do not be moved by the small money that you are given so that you can vote this bill in. No, do not do that. And that is a very shameful thing. As a leader, you are out here as a musician. Unasag suruali hapa, and then we believe in you, we vote you in, and when you go there, you start wearing these suits, and then you think you are subordinates. That is very wrong. You are out there the other day, ulikuwa hapa Nini National Theatre. And then we vote you in, and then you go there. I'm not attacking anyone. But let's be honest. Sindio, as a young people, go there, make a change, man. Pigania watu wako. Nanelo, you only AREGO and Alionya, let me ask you something. You guys are young, sindio? And you only get, out of millions of young people, you're the only person you have gotten a chance to lead maybe a geographical area of people. Sindio? A geographical area of a certain place in this country. Dedicate your life. That is a God-given chance to make a changing life of that place. Yes. That is what you should be doing. So that is an opportunity for you to make history, to get blessings from God.
Thank you.
Yes.
Realize we appreciate from watching this episode till the end. What I can say, just like Alionya have said, get out and register as a voter. And thing to note is that ODM is strong as put by Alionya. And whatever he has said, that is tunasemangaje pale these statements or the ideas or whatever said here, it's according to guest. Mimi, they are not mine. But the questions comes from me. Thank you. Till next time. Dango.